Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Studio A at Argentum Studios in North Hollywood, California, you're watching Talk with Philly G!
Hey now! Look at that, it's me, Philly G. This is Talk with Philly G, and I am Philly G. Welcome everybody, welcome family. Today, we are blessed to have Anna Jane. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Should I say your last name as well?
Yes.
Do you get paid more?
If you want to.
It's the
Yeah, that'll be $5.
Yes, Anna Jane Jackson. Is that microphone in a good position? Are we picking her up all right? A little bit closer. Welcome.
There we go. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being
excited.
Here. Yeah. Look, today has been a great day. And you are making it an even better day, which is amazing. Yeah. So our show is here because we want to learn, we want to introduce you to our audience. There they are.
Hi, audience.
Yes. And we're going to learn what you're up to, your talents.
Yeah.
And then we're going to learn from your experiences as well.
Yeah.
So everyone else, you're a little bit on the younger side, but there's a lot of youthful people watching. And hopefully you can translate to all us older folk, like, what the hell is going on? Because we just don't know.
I don't even know.
We do not even know.
I feel like I'm a little bit of an old soul when it comes to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So,
But you are in it.
Yeah, I am in it.
You are really in it.
And, I do the social media thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that tiring?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit tiring. Like, every now and then I just have to shut off my phone and forget about it.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I feel like it's very anxiety-inducing after a while,
Yeah, you go crazy.
Yeah.
It's like your overlord. It's a computer. It's like the thing that just wants more and more and more and never. The algorithm.
The algorithm. That's like a new thing. Because you used to go on Instagram and you could just see whoever posted most recently.
Yeah.
And now it's like, where are all the people I follow? It's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah.
Chasing your tail around.
I know.
So everybody, thank you for tuning in today. Anna Jane Jackson is, I would say, and you will verify, a model.
Yeah.
An actress.
Yes.
A singer. Mm-hmm. An entertainer.
Correct.
An influencer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But you don't play that part up. Like you influence without influencing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I kind of call myself a creator. I like to create things, and I feel like social media is just a thing now, and so that's where I put things that I create.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Can we go back to the beginning?
Sure.
The real beginning. So you were born in Connecticut?
I was born in Greenwich, Connecticut.
Wow.
Yeah.
There are famous people from Greenwich, right? Isn't
Anna Jane Jackson? I'm just kidding.
Yes, it's a popular place. Connecticut is not far from New York.
Yeah.
Isn't
my
that
dad
right?
worked in New York, and so but I only lived there for about a year, so I don't really remember much about it. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't know anything about it?
Yeah. No, not really.
So you guys were in Connecticut, and then your parents up and moved to where?
Yeah, we moved to Georgia for a while because both my parents are from Atlanta.
Okay.
So, we lived there. And then when I was about 5, we moved to LA. And so that's how I got involved in the whole entertainment industry.
So you're an LA native.
Yeah, pretty much.
The other stuff doesn't really count because you didn't know what was up.
Yeah, it just sounds cooler to say I wasn't born here.
That's true.
But, I mean, maybe it is cool to be born here. But I feel like a lot of people just are born here. So it's like...
I'm a native son.
Okay. Well, you're cool though.
Don't say that. Cool. No. I just jumped a shark right there. Fonzie jumping over barrels of sharks. So 5 years old, you come to Los Angeles. But I think psychologically speaking, you were able to get that Southern, you don't know it, but it was like ingrained in you, like that way of life, right?
Definitely. Just like, simple living. Both my parents are very grounded and true to themselves. And so I'm kind of glad that I have those roots to me,
Did you know your mom's a social worker?
Oh, she is?
Yes. She's judging.
Oh, my God. She's like,
right? She was manipulating you like when you were young.
She's like, I'm gonna make this girl grounded.
Do you feel like your mom's tiger mom? Do you know what that means?
Does that mean like very like overbearing, right?
Yeah, she's like molding.
I honestly feel like she's the opposite, and people don't expect it because she's a manager and like in this industry and everything. But I feel like she kind of just backs off and lets me do my own thing, and so I feel like that's why I'm so creative, you know? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, every time I ask her a question, she's just like, well, you know, make your own decision. Like,
right.
So,
I mean, it's really fortunate and a blessing for you to have parents who gave you resources, right? Yeah. And who have moved you into La La Land. Yeah. Welcome. If you weren't welcome before, I will be the first to welcome you.
Thank you. Aw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really, it's magical.
Yeah.
Because Hollywood is a mirage, right? And it's a real place as well. Yeah. And it's up to you to kind of find your way, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And you can definitely get caught up in the wrong things. There's, you know, some people who are just here to be famous and like get that viral video, but I'm just here because I love acting, I love music, like I love entertaining, and so that's what I do.
What part of Los Angeles did you go to school in?
Well, I grew up in Valencia. Okay. It's where Six Flags is.
Yeah, sorry.
And so now I live in Burbank.
Right here, yes.
Yeah. Very close to here.
Sorry again. No, we love the Valley. I grew up in the Valley, Studio City, right? North Hollywood. That's where I've been formed. Yeah. And it's worked out for me so far, and it's working out for you as well.
Yeah, I love it.
Valencia has its own special place. It's its own.
It's almost like Orange County, like opposite side.
Right? The other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was good. You went through elementary school and everything up there? I
did, yeah. And then I did this program where I could go to certain classes in a regular middle school, and then I was homeschooled for the rest of middle school. Okay. And then I went to freshman year of high school for 2 weeks, and then I was missing so much school, and so I was like, I'm just gonna go back to homeschooling, and so I finished off high school doing homeschooling. Yeah. Right.
So when you were younger, in elementary school, you started doing small acting roles? Or?
I did, yeah. I started when I was around 8, and I started training, and I auditioned for commercials here and there. I did a few films and stuff like that. And then I kind of stopped for a while because I was so tall for my age. Yeah. And they always want you to play younger. And I couldn't. Like, I would walk into Disney auditions and, like, everyone else would be, like, a foot shorter than me. And so I did music for a while. And then I started modeling when I was around 14. And I got signed to Wilhelmina. And I did that for about 3 years. Like, that was my main thing. Right. And then I started acting again. So it's been very like flip-floppy.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're doing acting. Technically, when you're young, I mean, acting could be difficult, right?
Yeah, because there's a lot of rejection. And so it can really get to your head if you let it. But I don't know.
How'd you find like the craft? Like you had to learn lines and you actually had, were you given like a wide berth? You know, there was like they weren't necessarily as perhaps strict with you as far as, you know, your technique and everything.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, I just went to acting classes and I just really enjoyed it. Yeah. And my parents didn't really force me to do anything. Sure. You know, like if I wanted to quit for a couple weeks, they'd be like, okay, fine. Like up to you. I don't think it's a good idea, but if you really want to do that, then fine, you know? So. Yeah.
Were you on any series that we
No, not yet. Cause I did mostly like commercial work and like theatrical like films and all that sort of thing, and so I didn't really like fully delve into it until about a couple years ago, and so now I'm like, you know, really fully immersing myself in training and really trying to get to that point because I feel like I'm really ready now. You know?
That's great. Yeah. You've come to a different level where.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I feel like I was just a kid, you know? So I didn't really know like what I was doing. I just knew that I really liked doing it. Yes. So now I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do.
Well, I think a lot of people, what they don't have and that you do have, which is fortunate, is like the passion, right? And the self-drive.
Yeah. No, you have to be super self-driven because it's so easy just to give up. You know, you go out on thousands and thousands of auditions, it seems like, and they're like, no, you know?
Yeah.
So you just have to want it so bad.
What have you learned about that process of just going to auditions? And, you know, do you have a certain way that you prepare for like all auditions as a general rule?
I mean, I usually just try and really prepare as much as I can and, you know, get the dialogue memorized and try and really fully immerse myself in whatever scene I'm doing. And then I go in the room and I just give myself a little internal pep talk. I'm like, I'm just going to go in there and let it all go.
Yeah.
And then I go out of the audition and I just try my best to forget about it.
Yeah.
Because you can just haunt yourself with all these thoughts like, oh, did I book this? Like, what did they think about this? I messed up here. So
do you ever engage, you know, there's a casting agent, there's a producer, there's probably a director, there's 3 or 4 people sitting you know, across the table. Do you ever engage them? Hey, hi, how are you doing? Or no, is it more like I'm just going in and doing my thing and getting out?
It depends. I usually feel the energy and the vibes in the room. And so if they're super friendly or like strike up a conversation, then I'll kind of engage with that.
Yeah.
But, you know, you have to kind of like, you know, play it audition by audition and see how it feels. Because you can't be like cheesy, like, hey, oh, how are you doing? Blah, blah, because they're like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I mean, we're talking a little technical stuff, right?
Yeah.
Inside acting stuff, but I mean, that's who our audience is.
Yeah, yeah.
And how do you find the auditions? Are you going to Backstage or the casting websites?
I mean, you can do that, but I have a manager, which is actually my mom. She's my momager. Jackson Entertainment, the best. And then I also have an agent, Danita, at Littman Talent.
Okay.
And so they kind of, you know, get me all my auditions that way. And so I feel like that allows me to just focus on my job because all that it's taken care of for me. So...
Do you have one agent for acting and one for modeling?
I do, yeah. I'm with NTA for modeling.
We know NTA.
Yeah.
A lot of our friends that we've seen here, right? Rick?
Yeah, Rick.
NTA model? Yeah. That's awesome. And so that's a whole separate thing.
It is, yeah. Yeah, and I'm not doing as much modeling as I used to because I'm just a little bit more picky in what I choose to do. But I really like doing the commercial type stuff and like print auditions and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. So there's the print modeling, which that's like a little bit more, a lot of turnover. There's a lot more work there, right? You can kind of you could get more,
definitely
pick up more work there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think just the quality of the work is a little bit better. In my opinion, I feel like it's more fun sometimes.
Sure.
Like when I was doing modeling as my main thing, I would do a lot of like fashion shows and a lot of things where I would just like stand there and wear the clothes. Like, and I was working very, very long hours and they would be like, don't smile. So yeah.
Did you do like Fashion Week and were you in that whole circuit? Those
I didn't do many fashion weeks because I worked in LA for a while. And so I think Fashion Week is biggest in like New York and Milan and Paris. But yeah, I did a lot of runway though, but it was kind of sporadic.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, Ed, do we have any images that we could look at? Hey.
Ooh.
Look at that.
That's me.
What do we see here? Why don't you describe to everyone what we're looking at?
Oh, me? Oh, that's...
Well, I can.
Oh, that's me.
There's a Vogue cover right there.
Yeah, the 2 Vogue photos in the middle were runway shoots I did for Vogue magazine, Vogue.com. The 2 photos below, those are my headshots for acting.
Nice.
I think the one on the right we use for print a lot, so that's kind of modeling.
Yes.
And then the 2 on the outside, that's a photo shoot I did for my new song called Vlada's Song that's coming out March 6th.
That's great.
So, yeah.
And you did a video. Have you made a video for the song?
I have not made a video. No, not yet. I don't really know my plans for video for it yet. for now, I just want the song to be out there,
Yeah.
and I want the message to be heard, and that's the most important thing for me right now.
Yes.
So-
well, since you brought it up, why don't you tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about the song?
Yeah, well, the song is called Vlada's Song. And so I went to China, Shanghai, and I was modeling there on a 3-month contract. And I got there, and the working conditions were just like very unfavorable. And to actually get there, I had to lose 2 inches from my thighs. And before that, I was a 00.
Right.
And so I was dealing with like disordered eating,
Yeah.
and I was like getting like rashes all over. I was like feeling faint. And so already I wasn't in a good mental space.
Right.
And so I got there, and it was just not what I expected. It was very long work days. I just experienced a lot of things that kind of traumatized me because I had just turned 16.
Yeah.
And so I don't feel like anybody should have to go through something like that. And so I cut the contract short to 1 month.
Sure.
And I went home. And a year later, I found out that a young girl named Vlada had died. And she was placed at the same agency that I was placed at. And she died from exhaustion. And so that just made me so upset.
Yeah.
And it kind of triggered something in me. And I was like, I need to talk about this.
Sure.
And so it took me years and years of kind of going back to it, and like every time I would think about it, it would just make me really upset to think about.
Yeah.
But then this past December, I kind of got another little, burst of inspiration. I was like, I just need to write a song about it. My mom actually said that. She was like, why don't you just write a song? Like, you're able to touch people with your music.
Definitely.
And so I wrote the song and I recorded it, and it's going to be out March 6th. Yeah.
That's great. And
yeah.
you brought your guitar today, didn't you?
I did bring my guitar.
Do you want to play us the song?
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
Everybody, look at that. Anna Jane is going to play a song just for you guys. It's not even out yet. So this is kind of a debut, right?
Yeah, a little bit. The actual recording has piano, and obviously it's more, produced and everything, but I kind of worked out a little acoustic version.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do you want to grab your guitar?
Let's get some water.
Yeah, please.
Thank you.
Get liquidated, whatever that means. And everybody, we are very thankful for Anna Jane performing her song that she wrote. This song is in remembrance and support of her fellow model who did not fare so well in China. So please enjoy the song.
Thank you.
Hold on, yes. You want to pull the cord a little more? Are you good? How do you feel?
Feeling good.
All right, well, let's do it. Here we go.
Here we go. I have so many thoughts, so many words I never said. This mistreating's been eating at me for almost 4 years now. So I think it may be time. I was young, I didn't even know what life was. Didn't know who I was, but I withered down and got thrown into a bus in a foreign city, and they pushed me out. Why does it take a young girl dying to even be deemed worth trying to fix this fucked up world that we live in? I go up to him with my voice shaking. He tells me this will never change. I say I hope it will. I know she would if she had the chance to. If Vlada had the chance to. Can't sleep, wake up at 4 a.m. and some girls passed out hours out of this town. Everyone is laughing, not me. It breaks my heart, that could be me. They line us up, it's so degrading. Apparently they're laughing and chattering translates to this girl is too fat. Do they know I've been fainting for 3 months before that? Why does it take a young girl dying to even be deemed worth trying to fix this fucked up world that we live in? I go up to him with my voice shaking. He tells me this will never change. I see, I hope it will. I know she would if she had the chance to. If Vlada had the chance to. Here I am, my voice still shaking. People still tell me it'll never change. I hope it will. I know Vlada would if she had the chance to. Thank you so much.
Wow. That is special.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, everybody, Anna Jane Jackson, amazing.
Thank you so much.
Really amazing. I say that all the time, but I would say, first of all, you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
You play the guitar beautifully.
Yeah, thank you.
You are beautiful. So
Thank
that's
you.
3. You got 3 beautifuls in one package, so you
Thanks
can't
so
go wrong
much.
there. Congratulations, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Not only that, but I'm a songwriter as well. So I pay attention
That's so
to your
cool.
lyrics.
Aw.
And I mean, it's the sentiment on behalf of your friend, your colleague,
Mm-hmm.
you know, who is lost is it's delivered in a way that everybody can really feel your spirit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely. Because, you know, for me, I'm a very like emotional person, and
Yeah.
I'm also a very observant person, and
Yes.
so I notice everything. And like with something like this, it's so obvious, and I was like, I have to talk about this.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know how to, and so I feel like writing it down into words and into a melody and a song, it just touches people in a different way. You know?
And it's so vivid. I mean, when you
Yeah.
talk about, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
people passed out, people laughing, probably like big black couches, leather couches and mirrors, and
Yeah.
just like it's a kind of like a hell almost, right?
Yeah,
And you're like, how
definitely.
what am I doing here?
Yeah, no, it's a lot to handle. And it's like, how do people think this is okay? You know, the people who worked at the agency, we all had this little WeChat. And they would just type in there and go, oh, ha, 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 like that happened to me one time. And it's like, these are underage models that this
Yeah.
is happening to. And you're just
Yes.
laughing at it. It's insane. It's so crazy.
Well, I'm glad you got out safely. I'm
Yeah.
sorry that your friend did not.
Yeah. No, it breaks my heart so much. And I had a conversation with my mom about this. I was like, is it too late to say something? Like, should I even talk about it? And then I kind of came to a realization. I was like, no, it's not too late. Like, Vlada's life is gone forever,
Yeah.
you know? And so the least I can do is try and change the industry in any way I can going
Yeah.
forward. you
Well, I
know?
think going forward, you know, your song can be a warning, right?
Yeah, definitely.
To other young girls who are
Yeah.
like, wow. Well, so what happens a lot of times is like you might be out to dinner or something and someone approaches you and they're like, hey, you're really pretty.
Yeah.
Do you
want
want
to
a
be
model?
signed to my agency?
Yeah, do you want, right? I mean, that's how it happens, right?
Yeah,
So they'll
yeah,
come up and they'll
sometimes, yeah.
approach and they're like, hey, and you don't know. There's people with stars in there. I was like, yeah. Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Yeah, I get to go to Russia. I get to go to China. What? Okay. And
Yeah.
then off you go. And
Yeah.
it could turn out not so well.
Yeah, and they talk it up to you too sometimes and make
Yeah.
it seem so awesome, and then you get there and you're like, oh,
Right?
this is not what it sounded like.
Yeah.
You know?
So you learned from that.
Yeah.
You came back and you're like, okay, I made it.
Yeah.
And how did that change you?
Oh, I mean, it changed me so much.
Did it jade you? Like now, like you look at everybody like. you know,
No,
it's
not
gonna
at all. And I'm still doing modeling now, but I feel like I'm just smarter about the opportunities that get thrown my way. And I feel like now I just know how to stand up for myself in a way that I didn't before. I was kind of a little bit naive before, and I was very much a people pleaser, and I still am a little bit.
Yeah.
But now, like, if I see something crazy going on, like, I'm usually the first one to stand up about it, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's important. So you come from a position of experience.
Yeah.
And then in situations, you could recognize that rather quickly.
Yeah,
Like this isn't
definitely.
going the right way.
Yeah,
And so
anything
you-
that's a little shady.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right? Hollywood's shady.
Yeah.
And Hollywood's not shady, right? That's
Yeah, you have to find the right people. You know, it takes time and it takes some navigation.
Yeah.
But there are really good people who are in it for the right reasons. But, you know, you just can't be fooled by people who, you know, claim to have it all for you and, oh, this is going to be your big break and you're going to make so much money and all that, you know, because sometimes
Right.
that's not the only thing that matters. You know, your health and your safety is number one.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
yeah.
And so really this is what we talk about. This is like the grind, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're young and you're grinding.
Yeah.
And you're looking for,
Grinding.
you're looking
Yeah.
for roles. You're
Mhm.
looking for work, you know, modeling, and you're looking for acting roles.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's
It
not
is
like,
really hard.
It's
It's
not
not
like it's
easy.
falling off of a tree and hitting you on the head, right? And
Yeah.
you put yourself out there.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, you have to go out to audition after audition and experience rejection, and you really can't take it personally. It's so easy to take it personally, but you really should not.
Right.
Because it's not about you. Sometimes it's your hair color or your height or, I don't know, just things out of your control.
That's why I don't do that. I avoid that. But I think you're right.
Yeah.
You have to compartmentalize. Like people are looking for something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you just have to have a lot of confidence and faith in yourself and try the best you can and just, you know that that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not only do you do modeling, not only do you act,
Yeah.
not only do you write songs and sing, you also have a life online.
I do. Yeah.
So where if people wanted to see you, where would they go to see you?
Instagram is kind of my biggest platform. I post on there.
So
the
and
most.
tell our fans on
Okay.
Instagram, where would they see you?
Commercial. My Instagram is at Anna Jane Jackson. So just my name. Pretty
Yes.
much all my social medias is just Anna Jane Jackson. Yeah.
There you go. And what do you do? Like if I went to your Instagram page, what would I see you doing?
Oh God, I have a lot of modeling photos, a lot of acting updates.
Mm-hmm.
I have a whole lot of music. And then also just fun things. I have a lot of photos with my dog Teddy and some photos with my friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a favorite fashion? Do you have like a designer that you like?
Ooh, I don't know. I get inspiration from so many different things. Like I'll just flip through a magazine and I'm like, ooh, I really like that. I really like that.
So it's not like a brand. You're not like tied to any brand.
I don't think so. I thrift shop a lot. And so
Macklemore.
Macklemore, can we
Right?
go thrift shopping?
There you go.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah, let's pop some tags. I got
yeah.
$20 in my pocket.
Let's go pop some tags.
Yeah.
That really won't get you much in LA.
Oh no, $20?
$20.
We
no.
could get a broken keyboard though. See, I know. No? Yes?
I mean, you could. That'd be fun.
Well, if you go on Melrose, they got some shows, not shows, some stores over there.
Yeah, they have
right?
some good stores.
Where do you
yeah.
like to shop?
I like to go to Ventura Boulevard in Studio City.
Yes?
My all-time favorite thrift shop is it's called Wasteland.
Yeah.
And it's the best. I mean, it's kind of like, it's super LA.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of like designer things. So
Yeah.
it's not really like, cheap thrifting.
Yeah.
But I love it so much. Every time I go in there, I go rack to rack and I just look through each clothing item.
Right?
It's like a sport. Like I start sweating. I'm like,
Well, generally they don't have air conditioning in those places, right? It's always like
I think they have air conditioning
do they?
in Wasteland.
They upgraded?
It's very bougie.
yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Do you get asked to promote any labels or anything like that?
Yeah, I get a lot of inquiries through my Instagram mostly.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I've worked with like Daniel Wellington, which is like a watch company. I've done a lot of sponsorships for Q, which is a clothing company. They have some really cute stuff. I'm pretty choosy with who I work with. I want to make sure that it's something I would actually want to wear and actually want to promote.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
You know how you go in a store and they have like the like little laser printout of someone like holding their bag and they put it on the wall.
Oh my God.
Like, right?
That's my friend Gwen. She's a guest model, and every time I go somewhere, I see like a huge billboard of her. Or like, if you go in a guest store, she's plastered everywhere, and she's like all blown up. It's crazy. I'm like,
that
that's
weird?
fun. It's really
When you
weird.
see yourself around, or is it like,
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like, it doesn't seem real. And also, you know, I feel like a lot of like, you know, makeup and airbrushing and, you know, hair and styling goes into those photos. And so you almost like can't recognize the person, you know?
It's true.
Yeah.
Right? There's like post,
Yeah.
you know, editing.
Yeah.
But I really feel like if you know, when people do a good job and you go to a set and you do a model shoot or a product shoot or whatever it is, you know, hopefully they could really represent you well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's still you. It's just not really who you are walking down the street. You know, I feel like little girls look at magazines or like
the big hat with the sunglasses.
Oh my God, yeah. Don't look at me, no paparazzi. Right. But yeah, little girls, you know, look up to these photos and they're like, oh, that's what I have to look like when I wake up. But not even the models look like that when they wake up.
Yeah.
So
I think in like those magazines like Us, like stars are just like us.
Yeah.
Right? You know, those little.
They're just like us.
Yeah, they're just like
Heidi
us.
Klum is
Look
eating
at her
some ice
in
cream.
her sweatpants going to Ben and Jerry's. You like Ben and Jerry's?
I do. I really like ice cream. Yeah, ice cream is good. Who doesn't like ice cream?
Most of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have like favorite places you like to eat? So where do you hang out a lot in Los Angeles?
Oh God, I mean it changes day by day. I hang out in Studio City a lot.
Yeah, I grew up there, so I generally never want to hang out there.
Oh yeah, that's how it is.
It's like trauma for me. Every time I look at something.
Oh my God, it's like my childhood, 8th grade.
Right. But you got all those restaurants on Ventura Boulevard there, right?
Yeah.
Like Ventura and Colfax. That's basically where I grew up.
Aw.
Right?
Yeah, that's fun though. That's a fun area, but you probably don't see it like that, you know?
Well, so if you go on, is it Sunday mornings? They have the you know, like the farmers market.
I want to go so bad.
You could see a lot of famous people there. Like,
but they'll be wearing their sunglasses and their hat.
So, you know, on Ventura and Laurel Canyon, whatever, they have a flea market on every other Sunday, whenever they do. But I would see like Dave Grohl there and like all these musicians.
Oh,
like
that's so awesome.
Like I like actors or whatever, but musicians are like.
Yeah, I mean, that's who I fangirl over.
Right?
Yeah.
Who would you want to meet if you could?
Ooh, I think I would want to meet Taylor Swift.
Right? That would be
She
awesome.
doesn't seem real to me. I saw her in concert in the Red Tour. Yeah. And when she came up on the stage, she like, you know, she was like, oh, like out of the ground. And I was like, that's Taylor Swift. She's not real.
You know who I really like right now? Tell me if you feel the same. I love, my whole family loves watching American Idol now, right? With Katie and Luke and Lionel. I mean,
They're
what
doing
a great
a new
lineup.
season.
It's just started.
Whew.
It's so awesome.
I haven't seen it. I need to watch it.
Well, I think, you know, you're of the same type. It's like very fun, very energetic, very youthful. I think there's a whole society that like a lot of older people like just have no idea. It's like passed people by. The bus has gone that way. And like there's a whole nother society that's doing something else. You can see it in our politics as well. Because all these old people are like, vote for me. And like the young people are like, we're not voting for you effers. Get out of here. Right? We'll vote for who we want to vote for.
Yeah.
Because the way you interact with society on the computer and texting and all the apps, and there's always another app, and you know,
always another
app, and we're like, I just figured out that app. You know what I mean? So
that's
we don't
how
even
I feel
know,
sometimes.
right? But that's how you communicate, and that's how you receive information. Yeah. Right. That's how you receive advertisements, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is through social media, and it's changed the industry so much, you know, especially the entertainment industry, because that's how people are entertained, is through their phone.
But it gives you, I think it's fine, because it gives you so much, it gives you so much opportunity. You could reach so many, like an infinite amount of people. Yeah. You can reach everybody on earth. If you did something that just went viral or whatever, literally almost everybody on earth could see whatever it is that you did.
So quickly. Like, I love the idea of just being able to post something and reaching so many people right away. Yeah. You know, it's so instant.
Yeah. And so you can really harness, if you can figure out how to harness that and just embrace it rather than be afraid of it. Right? It's just a ton of opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with acting, like, probably the first thing casting directors will do is look up your Instagram, you know? And so a lot of actors don't recognize like how important having a good Instagram is, you know?
Do you kind of sit back? Sorry, I'm on the mic. You get your phone and you kind of like put it back over here and just look at your Instagram, like not at any individual thing, but as like a whole to make sure it's looking
Oh,
good.
I definitely do that. I used to have a theme. I would have to use like the same filter, and that's just, it's too much.
Yeah.
Now I just kind of post what I want, but I kind of hope that it'll just represent who I am if I just like, you know.
Is every 7th picture of your dog?
Most likely. Yeah. He actually has an Instagram.
Oh, he has his own?
Yeah, he does.
I think it's just a great way to communicate. It's a great way to get yourself across to everybody. You can't lose the people part of it, you know, because and I know your mom and you are really social.
Yeah.
Right? You can become antisocial if you just like stick with your phone and that's all you do. But being the social aspect of it is what I think can really help you succeed.
Yeah. I mean, I'll see one of my friends who I haven't seen in like a couple months because they were living in New York or whatever. And, I'll say to them, I feel like I know everything that you're up to. I feel like I see you every day because I do through my phone. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
It's true, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm nobody, believe me. But when someone comes up to me and says, hey, Phil, man, I saw that episode and like Anna Jane was awesome. That song was great. I'm like,
ooh, time traveling.
Yeah, it's just like, wow, cool, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know, because I bring the show to everybody sincerely.
Yeah.
Right? You're here because I really want to get to know who you are. And I really want people to learn what you're up to. And I want them to learn from your experience. Yeah. Watch the F out if you go to China to do modeling. Right? I mean, isn't that your message really?
Anywhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But especially if you're traveling internationally.
Yeah. When you're a minor and especially alone. Luckily, I had my mom with me. Yeah. And so I feel like that helped me a lot.
Yeah.
But some of these girls come from Russia and they're 14 years old.
Was your mom there at 4 a.m. when everyone was passed out and people were laughing?
Well, I was actually in my apartment. And so she was living in my apartment with me. And I couldn't sleep. And I woke up and I checked my phone. And I looked at the WeChat, and people were just laughing because they were an hour outside of Shanghai.
Right.
I was like, oh, like God only knows what happened.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a cautionary tale, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. So please look into the camera here and tell them to be careful.
Be careful, guys.
Yes. And what would you like people to, so people can go to your Instagram or any of your social media.
Yeah.
And you go to, tell them, why am I talking? You tell them.
Oh.
Go ahead.
You can go to my Instagram. It's at Anna Jane Jackson, or my Twitter. My Facebook is Anna Jane Jackson. I actually have 2 YouTube channels. So I have one for my music. It's Anna Jane Jackson Music. Mm-hmm. And then one for my beauty and fashion videos, which is Anna Jane Jackson Beauty and Lifestyle.
Well, that's a lot to type.
Yeah. Just, you know.
Just keep typing.
It's like school. I was homeschooled. No, I was just kidding.
Right. So wait, Anna Jane Jackson, Beauty and Lifestyle.
I already have kind of a long name to begin with, so it's like, you know, whatever.
You didn't want to just go with AJJ?
If you just type in Anna Jane Jackson, it'll pop up. So just click on it. It's easy. And then
there are a lot of Anna Jane Jacksons, right?
There actually aren't.
Are there?
That's kind of, I was thinking for a while, I was like, do I just want to go with AJ or something? Right. And then I was like, there's not many Anna Jane Jacksons. Like when you search my name, I'm the main one who comes up. So awesome. I feel like that's nice.
Right. Well, you have a responsibility to your followers to not only present yourself well, right, but to give them content that, you know, is relative to what you're all are up to. Yeah,
definitely. And it would be so easy for me just to do like a challenge video or something. And sometimes I love doing very like, you know, lighthearted comedic videos. But I also want to stay super true to myself. And I want to put out things that help other people and that inspire people.
Yes.
I always think like, okay, what would I want my future daughter to watch? Ooh, you know? And so that kind of puts it into perspective.
That might be a lot of responsibility. Have fun as well, but everyone should go to.
I mean, you know, I want my daughter to have fun too.
Yes.
But, you know,
your daughter.
My future daughter.
baby AJ. Go to Spotify and listen to Vlada's song.
Yeah.
Anywhere else, Spotify or more?
It'll be out Everywhere that has music. Everywhere you can buy or stream music.
March
6th.
March
Yep.
6th, coming up.
Yeah.
Everybody, we have said a lot today.
We have.
We have learned a lot today.
Yeah.
Ed, you have learned a lot today. We thank Cheryl. Thank you for bringing Anna Jane here. Thank you, Anna Jane.
Yeah.
We are all better people for you having come and sat with us. We are here in Argentum Studios. This is Studio A. You could do your slates and
do
you
your
could
self-tapes here.
Everything here.
It's awesome.
I have notes. I do self-promote a little bit, but I have notes because I want to thank everybody of our crew.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen just because I snap my finger. Wait, it does happen because
It
I
does.
snap my fingers.
You're just magic.
But I do want to show gratitude to Ed, right? He's always he's the magician behind the keyboard and all that stuff. Paul Benton, Luca, that's the tall guy. Is he here or did he leave the room? Paul. There he is. I want to thank Mark Labella, our producer. I want to thank Kevin Arriaga and Becca in the front office. They make everything go. I want to thank myself for writing a great intro song. What did you think about the song at the beginning?
It was awesome. I was grooving to it. You saw me. I was like, woohoo.
Right? Thank you. Ted Soki did this photo. Very generous
this
of
photo.
Ted to let us use the photo.
That's where my dad works.
Oh, way up there?
Yep, Intercontinental.
The lawyer?
Korean Air.
Yes. Awesome. Hey, Dad.
Hi,
We-
Dad.
yeah.
He was probably in there.
Right
That's
now.
awesome.
Exactly. It is work time. So A&I Fine Art and Photography. We produce fine art. And this picture, I want to thank Harmon Press, where we work. Teamsters 572 Organized Labor. Argentum Studio, Studio A. We are located in beautiful North Hollywood, California.
No-ho.
Right? Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, and be sure to check out Anna Jane's social media. Check out her song. March 6th is coming out.
Yeah.
Support, support, support. And we will see you all later on. Bye.
Bye.